What's up, everyone? We are back for another backtesting session. Sunday, 11th May. Let's get it started. Let's get it done with. So let's do a short backtesting session and see how we can refine more the strategy, and we will meet right after the intro. Right, so let's play the session now. So currently this is the NAS. So hopefully when this session ends, I'll try to add more assets to the session, because I can't be able to add more assets. So let's do the NAS and then maybe we can continue the other. So first forward, on the one day we can see that we were dropping into this imbalance right here. So this is the move we could have got right heading right into this imbalance. And when we go to the 2 hour, so you can see the imbalance clearly in here. You can see it. So let's try and draw. Let's draw it. You can see that the midpoint is right here, and this first move reached the midpoint, so maybe might be dropping onto this other block and then be able to push higher. Let's see what the market will be doing, and then we will react this. So this was Friday. I think we'll maybe wait for Monday, because the PM session of Friday is mostly dropping. We'll just kind of a reversal, so it will depend. If you find the entry, good. If you don't, then that's how it went. So let's play and see. So we dropped even further into these other blocks right here. For the 15 minute, you can see that it kept dropping onto these levels right here, these other blocks in here, and yeah, we should anticipate this liquidity to be this low to be taken out. Let's see. This is the 2 hour. You can see that this is a significant low, and this is a very big order block. So on the 1 hour, it's broken down. This is a very significant low, so it might have some liquidity market will be targeting. So let's see if it reaches there. So retracement of fair value gap in here. Should we enter? Well, it's currently PM session. We can take a small short and see if we can take out that liquidity point. So let's sell this one. Great one, TP hit. You can download this. Okay, it's a it's a 2-hour trade, 2.23 hour. And when we got the, so this was a 5 minutes, when we got the 15 minute, you can see it wasn't a really bad trade. So I think I'll be taking trades on the 5 minute. So liquidity taken out on this low, you can see on the 2 hour. Oops. Okay. You can see this low has been taken out. So are we planning to reverse? Don't know. Let's see. You can see that this is a really big move, so you can plan maybe to rebalance, and then if we are to go lower, we continue lower or continue higher. So on the PDRA, this price leg has the midpoint in here, so we can roll the midpoint and here, and remove this, and let's play. Is it going to push higher? We don't really know. So it kept dropping crazily. And let's go to the 4 hour now. Wow, this is a really massive one. So can you anticipate a drop? Are we seeing a drop into this OB or not? Well, I guess we'll never know if we can test it out. So the next order block we have is this one. So this is the next order block we might anticipate for market to drop to. For HOB. Okay. So you can see now when you go to the 1H, look for fair value gap retest or a POI retest, then it drops. So it's currently Friday, maybe we might wait for the start of next week, but keep in mind that the whole price leg of the 1 hour can act, the whole price leg of this move can act as an order block, even though you mark the last one so that we can exhaust it. 30 minutes now. So it was still in a downtrend. 5 minutes to find out the OB retracement, and we can enter off of it. So that was my analysis. Let's wait and see. So getting a small push to the upside, and new it just started and left this small gap in here. I'm going to go to the 2 hour. You can see this week in this fair value gap, which means it didn't reach into this OB at all. So 4 hour, what do we see? You can see a drop, just obey this fair value gap before pushing higher. So you can see that there's a gap here. Let's mark it up as well. So 4 hour gap, for a fair value gap. That's the 2 hour market next week opened, creating a new week open gap. So 30 minutes now. Look for an entry on the 5 minute to see if we can get a retracement to a POI, then we push higher. 5 minutes. Do we have any low which was taken out by the 1H maybe? So we can see that these lows were the ones which were taken out, this one and this one right here. They are relatively equal though. So when you pull like this, you can see that there were some relatively equal lows right here. So they were taken out, and then market dropped into this fair value gap. And so you can expect maybe to push higher after this sweep. So if you find a fair value gap retracement, then maybe we might expect to push higher, or an inverse fair value gap. So let's see. On the 5 minute now, it's only London session, so we can expect some big movements, and even though they might be there, maybe let's wait for a bias to be set here. So I'll drop again into the fair value gap, and it didn't break this low. You can see a fair value gap in here. No retracement yet, but we're almost about to reach New York session, somewhere right here. Let's play it first. Drop into the gap. You can see one drop into the gap exactly right there, and the low taken out again by this crazy move, and it continued pushing lower. So this fair value gap was just like some trap. Let's see. Okay, so far we can see that this low took out the liquidity, and then this low came and took it off. So what does this tell us? This might be a potential standard deviation zone. So when you go to the 15 minute, you can see that it's trying to push higher. It pushed into this fair value gap. We don't know if it's going to push lower, if it's going to go lower. So if it's going to go lower, so let's see how it goes. Let's mark up some standard deviation levels from this high to this low. We have the level 2 here, right here, and so if you get a confluence to push higher, then we can get a sign. Okay, small fair value gap in here created. still in the morning session. The retracement to this one would maybe give us a small potential entry. So let's see, do we reach there? Well, let's see if we can get another entry. So we also have an inverse fair value gap here. Nope, there is none. Okay, let's see if we're going to buy this. No fair value gap yet, and no other POI retracement yet. Just have this inverse FVG right here. Should start into buy this one, by the way, so it has been a bit validated. And looking at 9:30, let's observe if the first presented fair value gap had an effect. So on the 5 minutes, the first presented fair value gap was this one. So potential retracement, and we can buy it. Equal high is taken out. Okay, 15 minutes, no fair value gap yet, but we can see that market is trying to push a bit higher. So we got a sweep, and we are shifting in structure here, and these lows are also taken out, and we can sell fair value gap. So should we sell? Well, after this sweep, you can see if we can take a short-term sell on this Monday, and that would maybe be lower, but we can see that we already reached our fair value gap in here. So I think instead of selling, we should buy, because we already have a reason to buy. We stick to our analysis, so buy in this fair value gap, stop loss below this low right here, then we target 1 to 2, or target this level 5 right there. So another fair value gap created, market retraced from it, you can see right here, and bounced higher, which means you can scale in right here, you can scale in here as well. So let's see if we reach tipping, but one thing we can anticipate is that this high will be taken out for sure. Let's see if it does it. Nice push, very great push. I think we can even close our trade here, no need to wait for it to reach this level. You can see that this high was taken out as we wanted, so I mean, why choose the biggest wins when you can even get the low hanging fruit? But let's hold it and see. Healthy retracement into this volume imbalance, and if you go to the 15 minute, you can see it's not a bad trade after all, and TP has been hit finally, so a good 2.5 hour trade. So you can download this image as well. And if you were to hold it for a longer period of time, it will reach this level eventually, because this is the level where the resistance level in here starts. So let's see if it pushes until there, and before we do, let's also see if it has reached the midpoint of this volume imbalance, or it might have some potential retracements. So not yet, it hasn't done it yet, but we can see what Tuesday's New York will do. So you can see a really good push. We're about to reach this level we had anticipated. New York has started in here, so this is why this big move happened. We got the 5 minute. Did we get a gap? Well, we didn't get one, but I still have a chance to enter. It's just the start of the day, so yeah, no one really cares. Level 2 right here. Next level to target, remove this, and now you can see a small gap in here, and I think there's no other gap. There's no gap after the open, except if you go on lower time frame based on the 15 minute. Whoa, the 9:30 created one right here. So should you expect a push after reaction on this fair value gap or this one lower? I guess. I think so. Good fair value gap in here. That would help us push to this level. So should we take this trade? The 5 minute. Okay, we can take this one. Buy here. Can long it here. It is. We will be targeting right this level too. And stop loss will be just a few pips below this low. This one. Yeah. So good 3R. Let's see if this one makes it. So a very quick drop. You can see that we reached the midpoint, but even though we were stopped out, so okay. This one was a stop out, unfortunately. 30 minute. Still showing signs of being bearish. So let's see if it reached the midpoint. The open, close, midpoint here. Yep, you can see we already touched the midpoint. So this was a really good move to the downside. So let's see if maybe market plans to reverse, go higher, because that's what we were targeting for the day. And let's play it now. So you can see it's pushing higher, created a fair value gap. Did it drop to it? Let's wait a drop. Let's wait for a drop into the fair value gap. Okay, fair value gap touched. But now on the 15 minute, we can see that it's like it's reacting from this one. So this one would give us another conviction. So all reacting from this one, off of this one. No one really knows. Let's play it and see. Enter here. Stop loss here. TP on this. 3R 2.99. So it's started consolidating now. PM session. And in the end, maybe we'll have to get it. So you can see New Day created a gap in here, and now it has filled it. And I wonder why. Okay, let's play this until it reaches TP. Good push, good push, good push. We're not reaching. Okay, it's like TP has already been reached, man. Alright, I guess that was it. New York session, not yet started, but this was a really long trade, a bit overnight. So let's see how long did it take from Tuesday 13th June to 14th June, so 19 hours. Quite a long trade, but a good one, even though it took really long. So let's take a picture on the higher time frame, that will be better. Let's remove this. Okay, let's go back to the 5 minute. Let's mark up the start of New York. 9:30 right here, and let's observe the movements of New York. Before we do that, I'd like to have a quite small analysis on the higher time frame. Basically, looking from the higher time frame standpoint, we can see that the equilibrium, let's mark the equilibrium, on this move right here, the equilibrium is somewhere here near that level 2. I mean, that will be a good one. So which means that this level which we tapped into was the equilibrium. Let's see if it continues to push higher, or if it drops, if it continues dropping, because that's also possible. The market does what it wants. So basically I do the 5 minute straight. to wait before New York starts. And let's mark up some key levels though. In this upward move, I wanted to mark some key levels, such as this candle right here created an order block somewhere in here, which means a small retracement, a small healthy retracement would make sense. Yeah, I think that will be all. There's no much to analyze right here on the 1 hour. You can see it clearly. There's this big candle, this one. Let's see if you can get it to be smaller on the 30 minute. That same thing, but there's this 30 minute OB. So this one wasn't tapped into. So since we reached this level 2, we might, between this level 2 and 2.5, it's a resistance zone. So it's possible that market might bounce off from it, drop, then push higher. So we can see that since we already touched this level, we might expect a small push to the downside, small one, and then maybe target the higher time frames at another time, the higher points, like the level 4. So let's play and see. So you can see we are dropping as expected, and it happened in London, and all of a sudden we had this push at 8:30. It's crazy. You can see it's a fair value gap. Was it retraced? So let's see on the 15 minute. If retraced to this fair value gap, then we might expect to push higher. I mean, it would be a good one. Okay, so looks like it was a sweep. It was a great sweep. But we are still dropping until we touch this OP, as we anticipated before. So are we gonna touch it? Yep, we did. You can see we did touch it a bit. Now there's some kind of consolidation. Okay, very crazy consolidation. You can see it right here. And we dropped even lower. So let's see some important lows which were taken out. Okay, so we can see our fair value gap, healthy retracement, but this wouldn't still give us an entry. I mean, these moves are quite predictable. So we've got a shift right here. This high failed to break, which means it's our next liquidity point. So we have a liquidity point here, and as we leave, before we delete this fib retracement, you can mark up this level 4. You can see it corresponded with a good eco high. So some eco highs right here, which means there's buy side in here, buy side liquidity. Let's see if you can put it at the top right. Alright, let's remove this. Just reduce the images. This one was also used. So now as we drop, we can see we're still in the 30-minute order block. And when you go on to lower time frames such as the 50-minute, you can see another down close candle which can be where the order block can be lower to something like this, and it was also tapped in. When you go to the 5-minute, you can see that the candle actually closes nicely right here on the 5-minute. So maybe you might expect to reach this level fully. So let's set it, and it dropped right into it and created a kind of a close candle. 30-minute, you can see dropped into this gap, took out this low, and it's currently PM session, Wednesday, 15. No clear direction. So let's see if we can get a reversal. So we'll continue to push lower. Are we going to retrace to the 2-hour fair value gap? There's a 2-hour fair value gap. We had this one. So let's see if we do retrace back to it. Okay, looks like we're going to push higher. And since it's still PM session, Wednesday, we can see. Okay, market's about to close. It's 30 minutes to close because I think by 4 p.m. I'm out of the market by that time. So let's play this. Okay, good push. And as we expected, okay, I was about to say that we are going to go into this fair value gap, but then it was market closed and then it dropped crazily right here. So you can expect now to push, fill the midpoint, and then continue higher. 30-minute order block not respected. A sweep right here. 5-minute clear bias. So we continue to drop into the 4-hour fair value gap now. We still have a crazy bloodbath here. And now we can see a small push to the upside. Let's see if we have some liquidity levels resting here. So the next liquidity level possible would be this one here. So that's when we would look for a sell on this gap. London session. I don't quite have a good reasoning with London. I mean, London session really. Let's play the manipulation game then. So London is dropping, and then let's see if it does. If it doesn't, if it fails to break this low, then that means that we are going to the upside. We might be going to the upside. Crazy move, man. TP would have been hit already. No sweep out, equal lows, liquidity generated. So basically, another small loss. And let's journal this. But what I can note is that this level is strong. These are two liquidity levels. When you go from the 2-hour, we can see that we have equal lows, and I'm sure that it will drop into this level. So maybe let's look to fill this level, and then we come back for this liquidity level later. Let's draw it. So now retracing to the fair value gap, we have our small midpoint in here. Let's mark it as well. These are the levels we are targeting. It's gonna 30-minute. Now fair value gap created. You can see on this one was disrespected already. So it's reacting to this fair value gap. 15-minute. So we might be near to push to the upside, and you guys see that we are also into this 15-minute OB. So PM session might push us until we reach this midpoint, as we were planning to. Midpoint of this open, and it's currently Thursday. Yep. So should we take a trade? Let's wait and see. And we also traced into this fair value gap, so 5 minutes gave us all the confirmation we were waiting for. Top below here, target here, 2.7 hour. Good push. Come on, TP. Wow. Clean one. How long did it take? Well, they usually say it took 12 hours. Crazy. So they usually say that, oh, sorry, the camera had some issues, but they usually say that it's not about the stop loss getting hit because you know the level where TP will get hit. It's when you have open profit and you don't know if you should quit the market. So that's where most traders in this move start to quit or start to, play with the MT5. And that's what I do most of the time as well. So I will keep planning how to adjust to that. So let's download this image as well. So we've reached the midpoint of our opening gap. We might also feel it, but let's see what the market plays on Friday, because it's gonna be Friday, and then when this Friday ends, we can pause this session for now and have some rest since it's Sunday after all. Right, so we play it. You can see it's pushing a bit higher. And consolidation, New York drops into the midpoint again of this open. We're still Friday, London, sorry. So we have London highs, London lows, and before we do anything, it's currently 8:35. Let's mark 9:30 somewhere here. So you can see London lows taken out, still in London, so which means we have a new London low right here. I think it's in this inverse fair value gap. Disrespected it and then dropped lower. Let's see how the higher time frame is looking at this. So we are dropping quite a bit. We have an inverse fair value gap here as well. Inverse fair value gap. But we still have liquidity here. Keep that in mind. So I might look for sells. That's what I really want. Look for sells and target these equal lows. So to the 15 minutes again. So after filling the open to the half, we can maybe expect to drop lower. Can say fair value gap reaction, and it's reacted from this fair value gap, pushing up it. If we get a reaction from this fair value gap or this one, then we might swing it low. Our next point will be this one. Should we take this trade? It's not New York yet. Let's see what New York dictates. Boom, as we anticipated. We'll go on the 15 minute. You can see reaction off of the fair value gap we wanted. Remove this image. You can see that we might be dropping to these equal lows. We'll go to the 5 minute. Since we were late, maybe let's try to enter on this one. So if we touch in here, maybe we can enter a bit. Let's see okay, you can see that we pushed higher, so we would enter on that push to the higher point. Stop loss a few pips above there. Target here. Yeah, I think this will be good. So beta entry would have been in here as well, entering here, then targeting these equal lows. Let's see if they get swept out or if we get swept out. Even though this trade will take long, I took the risk and I knew that it would take long because this level is a bit far. About to start a new week. New week started higher and stopped us out. Crazy one. Let's download this one as well. So first of all, what did we do wrong? You can see we should have, and the only thing we did wrong on this trade is entering here. We would have waited maybe for a full retracement and enter somewhere here, but we didn't. So this is how it went. But I still wanted to push to this level because it's a strong level of liquidity. We don't know, but let's see. So this is a new week currently playing out. look at this card loss. No clear movement, seriously. I don't think this day will give a solid trade. That's a bet. I don't think this day will give a solid trade. Will give a solid trade according to my model for real. I mean, you see this consolidation, these small candles. So we ended up pushing higher without taking out this loss, so maybe we'll come for them some other time. Really don't know. So without making the session long, till we meet again, Lord willing, be safe.